Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, good evening, everyone. If you can hear me and see my screen, if you can just type something in the questions box, please. Thanks, George. I'll get started here in about 2 minutes. Good evening, Lanny, Farzan, Brett. Brett, something in the questions box. Alan, Al, everyone. Okay. David Lemons, yes, we're going to show the order trader. Let's see. Just let some more people just come in. We have a big group of people here today. I see a couple of my traders here. I might, let's see. I need to see my headset. I don't know if it's keeps getting disconnected, but I have my other mic right here. If I need to need it. Okay. Thank you, Farzan. You know what? I'm going to switch to my other mic because I think the battery's a little low in my headset. Okay. Can you guys hear me good now? Should be able to hear me good. Okay. Let me adjust this a little bit. All right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. Appreciate you spending an hour or so with me. I think you're going to be really impressed by the Money Flow Tracker software and our auto trader. Let's see, I have my volume all the way up. Let me move the mic a little bit closer. How's that? Better? Should be good. All right. So let's get started here. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is the disclaimer. No sound. Can you guys hear me? What is going on here? Let's see. Okay. 1 second. I need to check something here. Okay. All right, so everybody, can you all hear me fine now? Just type something. Okay, thank you, thank you. These wireless headsets are good, but sometimes. All right, so let's do the disclaimer. Basic disclaimer, we're not investment advisors, nor do we claim to be. Don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. This is neither a solicitation or an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will or likely achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on this webinar. The past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Everything we talk about for this education purposes only. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm not going to go through this, word by word. My name is David Kushner. I've been trading the markets for over 20 years. I've traded stocks, options, futures, and I've traded Forex for 12 years. I was in the automotive business for 28 years till I couldn't take it anymore. I sold the business and I've been trading full time since 2005. So like most of you, you have a whole shelf full of indicators, a whole shelf, hard drive, whatever you want to call it, that software training that came with empty promises. Just like me, a lot of people gave a lot of baloney that, they were going to help me become more profitable and more consistent. And it's all BS. So I was watching a webinar Mark Sachs did, and as soon as he explained the money flow tracker system, I realized that this methodology is not based on the same old indicators that everybody teaches because they don't work. But the money flow tracker is based more on mathematical modeling and triple screen and quadruple screen analysis. So now I've learned to trade with institutional money flow. And even though I was profitable before, it gave me more consistency in my trading. And now I'm running over a 70% win rate. Okay, even with the market conditions the way they've been, the last couple of weeks, they've been really choppy and making quick moves, right? So just to let you know, for those who stay at the end, the presentation is about 45 minutes, maybe a little less than an hour. We have a really special offer with a bunch of additional software. Right? So everybody hearing me okay? All right. If you guys can just type something in the question box, I just want to make sure everybody's hearing me okay. Just type a Y in the questions box. Nobody's typing anything, so I don't know if, 1 second. Oh, wait a minute, I see what's wrong. The questions box, the new ones, I see all you guys typing yes, thank you. All right, so you need 4 things to create a trading success. The first thing you need is software that provides you with a competitive edge over all other traders. And we say all other traders, we mean all other retail traders, because we're not retail traders. Technically we are, but we're not retail traders. We trade with institutional money flow, right? So the edge that we have is tracking the direction of money flow by the institutions. The institutions make market move, not the retail traders, right? And then you need etched in stone rules to follow, and this will eliminate discretion. And the 4th thing, which I think is one of the most important things, is patience. Patience to let the trade set up. The software is great at keeping you out of choppy markets, because if the markets are choppy and we don't have the order flow, we're not going to have setups. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple trades I've been taking every day. Like here's a trade with option trade we did on AMC. Here's a trade that we did on GME, option trade. Here's a trade that we did on the bonds, 30-year bonds, 41 ticks at 31.25 a tick. It's $1,281. And we closed it because we had to close by the end of the day, because we're using day trading margin. Okay, here's another trade on the euro for 56 ticks. Right, so I don't want to throw you a whole bunch of trades. I want to get into the meat and potatoes of the system and what we can bring to you to make you more successful trader. Now, I trade with a prop firm. I trade with their money. I like trading with other people's money, OPMs, and it just works for me. And I have a bunch of traders in my room that have passed their evaluations and are making good money. I had one trader today made $5,600 today, right? And another trader that made $2,000 today. So it's likely you have a problem making money. Why? Because you don't know how to minimize risk and reward, post-entry management. You lack consistency. This is the biggest one. Lack consistency. Yes, we do use Rango bars, and we also use time-based bars. You trade with indicators that lag price, and you lack the mathematical proven trade methodology that we've given in the money flow tracker software. So my commitment to you is to bring this to an end. Right? Why do most traders fail? 95 to 98 traders fail and go broke. Why? Because they trade with the same old things that everybody else trades with, that don't work, that lag price. These things have no future predictive properties. Okay? So let me tell you a little bit about Mark. Mark Sachs had 8+ years study in the field of mathematics. He worked with the Navy, he worked with the Army, he worked with some big companies on mathematical modeling, and he just decided that, you know what, I can use mathematical modeling to engineer a software system and a trade methodology that can radically change the trading performance and grow your trading account. Okay? It's likely you've never seen a system like this before because it's totally unique. And we have over 500 traders between the 3 rooms that we have, trading shoulder to shoulder every day. So what does the market consist of? The market consists of many small retail traders, okay? All these small retail traders. Let me see if I can get a pointer here or something. I can't do that. Okay, small retail traders and one big institutional trader. So what the institutional traders do is they know what retail traders do, and they constantly are smacking them upside the head and taking their money, right? But not us, because we trade with these guys, with the big purple ball. Okay, so we know markets go up, down, and sideways. You know, that's a given. So I'm going to get into the money flow tracker trading system. So the money flow tracker has 3 key metrics that determine money flow. The first thing, triple screen assessment of order flow. So what we mean by triple screen assessment is 3 time frames. So in other words, if you're trading, let's say, a 2-minute chart, you're going to have a 6-minute chart, an 18-minute chart. Order flow has to be the same on all three charts. That's what we mean by triple screen assessment, right? You need to have triple screen assessment of the correlative markets, which is our neural network or artificial intelligence. And 3, you need to have triple screen assessment of the Laguerre, which is the momentum, right? So the triple screen assessment, like I said, is a 3 time frame, 3 multiples by 3. So if you're trading a 2-minute, 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 3 is 18. And we also have, you know, Renko settings, range settings, tick charts, whatever you want to trade with. We trade with Unirenko charts, and it works very well for us. So I'm going to get into it. What is the triple screen assessment of order flow? It's the first most powerful force that moves price, because if you don't have order flow, price won't move, right? So most people think of order flow like these candles, with all the numbers on both sides, on the top, on the bottom, and all this stuff, right? If I had to trade with these and determine what all this is, I'd go nuts. But I'm going to show you on a live chart how Mark has simplified this and made this very easy to read. And I use this every single day, right? So what do we mean by triple screen assessment of order flow? We need to have the order flow on all time frames going in the same direction, not just your trading time frame. Okay, and the order flow assessment looks at the delta of each candle and the delta of each candle on the 2 higher time frame multiples. Okay, and it's plotted with a 15-period SMA it's got some smoothing factors in it, and a little algorithm in it, and it works really well. Okay, the next thing, triple screen assessment of the Laguerre, which the Laguerre tells us what the momentum is. And that's the second most powerful force that moves price, because without order flow and without momentum, price won't move. So the way we look at this is these would be, let's say, Renko bars. We have the wicks inside the bar, because Renko bars could be very deceiving, right? So as the wicks get smaller, the momentum increases. Okay, and the same thing on the downside, right? So we took all these indicators, we added an algorithm, and developed the modified Laguerre. So this is the modified Laguerre. It does not show divergence like other oscillators, but it shows the strength of the trend, which is very important. So here's the Laguerre. On all time frames, it must be going in the same direction. If you have the Laguerre going down on your highest time frame and going up on your middle time frame and going up on, it won't give you a trade setup. It has to be triple screen assessment. It has to be on all time frames. And when we get everything on all time frames, we get colored background. So the Laguerre uses a %K line, and like the 15 moving average, it smooths it out. It has an algorithm in it. So this is the modified Laguerre, right? On multiple time frame modified Laguerre is this one. This one on the bottom is the modified Laguerre signal, right? So on this, and I'm just going to put a pen so I can explain it. When it crosses below 20, that color is terrible. Choose pen color. Use this. So when it crosses below 20, you'll get red here. When it crosses above 20 and it's pointing up, you'll get lime green. When it crosses over 80, you'll get dark green. When it crosses below 80 and it's pointing down, you'll get orange, and so on. All right. So let me go ahead and erase those. And let's move on to the next chart. Okay. So the acceleration dots. When the modified Laguerre pins at 100, you'll get these green acceleration dots. When it pins at 0, you'll get red acceleration dots. All right. The quant lines, which is our neural network, or also called artificial intelligence. This is the third most powerful force that moves price. And I think this is the most important thing. Okay. The quant lines take 28 market components and they're examined by our AI system for correlation. Correlation is really important. It gives you a huge edge, because if the euro is going up, right, you would like to see the Australian dollar going up, the Japanese yen going up, the British pound going up, all at the same time. You know the saying, rising tide floats all boats? Same principle. It's very strong indication that when you have correlative markets going up at the same time, you have a strong trend, you have a strong move. Okay, so we took this a step further. Instead of looking at a triple screen assessment, 3 time frame buy, now we added our C2 indicator, which brings in 4 time frames. So we have a quadruple screen assessment of the trend, which gives you a bigger edge in trading. Okay, so again, it's everything is multiplied times 3, so 3 times 18 would be your 4th time frame. So putting it all together is really super easy. I mean, I have people in my room that came in the room and they were in the room for a week, and after a week of working with us and trading together and everything, they're already making money. They're already profitable. Actually, some of them have made more money than I did this week. But you know what? I love it. I love it when my traders are making money, because I did my job. I fulfilled my promises. I don't make promises I can't keep. Okay, so what does the software give us? It gives us clear and exact entries, clear and exact exits, and targets. Right? So for you guys coming to this webinar this evening and spending an hour with me, I'm going to teach you how I trade breakouts with Right Lines Money Flow Tracker, and I call my strategy to pull back and go. And this saves us from a huge amount of losses. We sidestep a lot of losses by using this strategy. Okay, so here's a live chart. So it's not a live chart, it's a screenshot of a chart, but this is a good chart for me to explain what we're looking at. So I'm just going to put it together and then I'll show you the strategy. So the first thing you need, dark pink or green background. This gives you the triple screen assessment. Okay, so this is a triple screen bearish assessment of, I believe this is crude oil, right? This is the 50 period moving average. It's not a nothing of ours is basic run-of-the-mill standard moving average or anything, okay? This actually turns yellow when it goes flat, green when it starts sloping up, okay? The thin line here the dot dash line, I know it's hard to see. It's right here, right? That's the 15, right? This is the 15 right here, right? The C2, which brings in a fourth time frame, is this stair-stepping line right here going down, or it would be green if it was a bullish fourth time frame. All right. The next thing we're looking at is these dots, the acceleration dots. Remember what I said, when it's pinned at 0, you'll get the acceleration dots? Well, there they are. So remember the chart with all the numbers on it, with the order flow candles and all that stuff? Well, the outline of the candle here, this candle, or any of these red candles, means that the delta of this candle is negative. So I like to keep things simple. I say there's more sellers in this candle than buyers. You see the wicks inside the candles? You see the little wicks, and then you got a little wick, and then you got a pullback wick. All right. So this candle was a big pullback. You can see this wick here, right? This wick here was a big pullback. So the buyers tried to push it all the way up, and the sellers managed to keep it pushing it down. Right? This here, this is the top one is a short-term quant. The bottom one is the long-term quant. The next one is the multiple time frame Laguerre. So when it's red, means all the Laguerres are red on the higher time frames. And the one underneath it is telling us what this oscillator is doing. Remember I showed you, I circled when it's sloping down, it's orange. When it breaks 20, it's red. That's that. All right. The other thing that's on this chart is a pivot right here. So the dashed lines are a pivot. The shaded areas are the triple screen assessment of the higher time frame support and resistance lines. So we never trade into these areas. We only trade away from them. All right. So any questions on this? Because I'm going to show you the pullback and go strategy. Okay. We break the higher time frame support by 3/4 of a candle. We get a pullback candle. As soon as this candle pulls back to about there, we place our order to sell on down close. If this candle went up, if this market went up like that, this order would get canceled and we would never get into the trade. And that's the whole strategy. And why does this work so well? It works so well because when market makers are running stops below support or above resistance, if they're running stops and we wait for a pullback candle, right? It's sort of like a slingshot or a bow and arrow. We wait for that pullback candle. We don't want to jump in, right? We don't want to jump right in, because what happens if this is a head fake? Right? If this is a head fake, we're going to take a losing trade. So what we do here is we eliminate the head fakes. Do we get caught in them sometimes? Absolutely, yes. I will never lie to anybody about it. Sometimes they maybe run it a little bit further, but you still have to wait for a pullback candle. I don't know, when I don't wait for a pullback candle, I always feel like I'm chasing it. And this worst thing you could do is chase a trade. You'll get lucky a few times, but you'll get burned more times than not. So that's one example of the pullback. I got a couple more. Okay. Here's another one, and this one's on RTY. See, broke the pivot, 3/4 candle. This was a trade that I took. Right? Here's the 3/4 candle. Here's the pullback candle. I placed when this pullback was about half or 3/4 a candle. I placed my order buy on up close. I bought it, hit profit target 1, and then I closed it. I trailed it up and closed it myself. That's a pullback. Here's a pullback and go on crude oil. Okay, here's some other trades that we have taken. On the E-mini, we got 9.5 points on this trade. In the Russell, we got 91 ticks. Here's some other trades. Here's a great trade on copper. Now this was a pullback and go because you see the little wick here. This was the pullback candle. Here's two pullback and go strategies on the Canadian dollar. See how the 15 is below the trend line? We have the C2, we have the colored background. We just needed to break these pivots here, and we needed to break these pivots here. Okay, and we had everything below here green. Here's another one on gold for 60 ticks, and here's one on natural gas. And this is a trade I took on CL. I actually have a recording of this trade. This trade was $550 and I traded across 6 accounts. So it was a $3,400 trade. I trade 6 accounts. Right? Here's a couple of option trades. Right? Here's a couple other trades that we've taken. Okay. So let me show you live chart. Let's see which chart do I want to show. You know what? Let me pull up the crude oil chart. Okay, so here's a crude oil chart. Obviously, there's not a lot going on right now, but here's a trade from this morning on crude oil. I didn't take this trade. Why? Because I'm trading into a pivot and higher time frame support. Right? So when it broke here and gave me the pullback, I looked at it, I'm going, well, I don't want to take this trade here because I probably won't even get profit target 1. So it was a good setup, but we had support in our way. And these areas hold more times than they don't. Right? Here's another trade on crude oil this morning. But again, we had the pivots. So today just seemed to be one of those days where everything was trading into a pivot or trading into higher time frame support, and we had to pass on the trades. And some of them broke support and some of them didn't. But we have to take the trades according to the rules. And the rules are we don't trade into pivots. All right. So the auto trader, I love the auto trader. The auto trader is amazing. So here's a couple trades that we took on the auto trader. Look, and we trade MNQ on the auto trader. Right? We trade the micros. 704 ticks. Here's the entry. Here's the exit. The exit is on the line change of the 15. So when this changed color from green to red, it exited the trade. 665 ticks. Here's another trade on the auto trader. Exited on line change. 1,000 ticks. And this trade started at 9:30 and lasted until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And why did it stay in that long? Because the 15 never changed color until it got down to here. And believe me, it's very difficult to stay in these trades this long. It's like you can't watch them. Right? Here's another auto trader. Right? Here's equity curves on the auto trader for 2021 and 2022. Right? The green triangles on the charts are the Revo, is the signals that tell you that everything is lined up. I don't have them on my charts anymore, but it basically takes the same settings from the auto trader and we set up the indicator with these arrows. It's called the Revo signal. And we put the same settings from the auto trader on the Revo indicator. they use the same settings. So this will tell you when the auto trader is taking a trade. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you guys something. Here is, so I use this program to track my trades, right? So I started using this program in the end of June. And the end of June is when I started with Right Line Trading, running the trading room. And when I figured I'm running the trading room, I want to keep track of all my trades and all my stats and everything. I want to know what I'm doing. And it's really simple. I import my trades from NinjaTrader. I export all my trades into an Excel spreadsheet, and then I import them into this program, right? So look, I'm going to show you what we did. Now this is only going to show me 180 days, right? So this is only going back till October. But look at some of these, look at these days that we've had trading, right? 900, 200, 500, 1100, and these are our losing days. Look how few losing days we've had. This day, I don't know what happened, but we try to keep our losing days less than 500. Okay, and here is our equity curve. From all the trades that we've done, oh, they changed it, it's up here. Here is our equity curve for 2022. This is a great equity curve. Yeah, we've had a few drawdowns, we've had some ups and downs and this and that, but overall, you know, this is the, let's see, oh, not that, reports. This is our monthly reports. Now, when in June and July, we were just trading Forex, and Forex wasn't moving enough for us. So we went to futures. We went to trading in August. We were trading, well, I'd have to go through and look. We started trading CL and I think YM. And look at August, we did almost 3,000. September, we did 5,800. October, we did 8,200. Gradually increased every month, got better. November was a slow month, and December we did 6,600. Okay, and you can see here, this is what we did on a weekly basis. This week we did 2,900. This week we did 3,300. This week we lost 60 bucks, right? But this was 2022. I'm going to go to 2023. Where is, oh, here we go. So here's 2023, right? January, look what we did on a weekly basis in January. Now this was 3,400 this week, 900 this week, only 120 this week, right? But January we did $8,300. February we did 4,000. March we had our best month ever, and it was choppy. We did $9,900. And look, this shows all the trades. So let me go to 2023. Okay, so look, January, we didn't even trade January 2nd and 3rd because it was New Year's and there were no trades. We didn't trade the 16th because we had no setups, and we didn't trade the 31st because we had no setups. Here's another, here's February. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 days where we took no trades throughout the month. Last week, we sat here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and we didn't have a setup at all. The markets were super choppy. Thursday, we did $1,800. And then Friday, we did $119 on 3 trades. But look, we didn't trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Basically, a quarter of the month, we did not trade, and we still had our best month, even with that. So that's my track record. You know, and like I said, I opened a trade, the trade performance. I you know, I download all those trades and I upload them into that program, and it keeps track of everything I do. All right. So right now, this is the most powerful software and trading methodology available to the small retail trader like us. Why? Because it's easy to learn. It's perfect for beginners. You can do any account size, and you can use it on futures, forex, stocks, and options. We have another David that he trades options, and he uses the software to trade options, and he does extremely well. So what is trading success to you? No, Mohammed, this is only on NinjaTrader 8. Actually, we're running it on the new version of NinjaTrader 8, which I think is a lot better than the old version of NinjaTrader 8. So trading success equals financial freedom. Why? You have no financial pressure. You work from home. You have no boss. You have no commute. Your time is your own. If you don't feel like trading, you don't trade. Period. There are days I don't feel like trading, but since I'm running the trading room, I'm still in the trading room. And if a trade sets up and presents itself, I'll still take it. Okay. So let me ask you something. How great would it be? How great would it be if you can master trading the money flow tracker software and achieve financial independence? You know, I trade with Apex Trader Funding. I'm trading 6 funded accounts. If I make $100 on one trade, I have a program called Trade Copier. It copies the same trades on all my accounts. So if I made $100 on one account, I made 600 for the day. I could close down and go do something else. Okay. So if all the money flow tracker software did was get you base hits every day, would it be worth it? If all the software did was enable you to enjoy richer retirement, spend more time doing what you love, would it be worth it? And if it cut your screen time down to a few hours a day, would it be worth it? You know, I open the trading room at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we're usually done by 11. Some days I stay later when I can. Some days I leave. Some days I could be done at 10 o'clock. And if I've made my money, like last Thursday, we made $1,800 and I was done. I just went to trade. I just switched over my trade copier to just trade my sim account because I was done. I mean, I'm looking for $1,000 a day. And once I reach that or more, I'm done trading for the day. Okay. So let me ask a couple questions here. So Sam is asking, going into summer each year, how does it do? Well, it does fine in the summer because the markets are still there. The volume, here is a chart here on CL. So this is, where did it go? I'll just bring over this one. All right, wait a minute. Let me pull that one back up because CL. No, I don't want that one. I want the white one. Yeah. There we go. This number here on the bottom, this tells us how many contracts is being traded per minute. So it resets back to 0 every minute. So you can see right now, there's nothing being traded on CL, only 2 contracts were traded. But now, like we have 3 seconds left in the minute, this will go back to 0. Wait a minute. It should have gone back to 0. I don't know why it didn't. But it does. It does. This is kind of hard to see, right? But you can see here, this is showing 22, 26, 37. Okay, so we right now 47 contracts per minute. We're about 30 seconds into the candle. So we need to see like at least 300 contracts in order to take a trade, because that gives us the institutional order flow. So when we see a lot of contracts trading, we know institutions are trading. Mohammed's asking, you place the trades or it is auto set? Well, on the auto trader, okay, so here's the auto trader chart. Look, it placed this trade right here at 131.47 and it closed it at 131.07. That's 40 points. That's 160 ticks. And this didn't even close it. I closed it. And that's an issue that I deal with myself, is not to interfere with it, because in all reality, the 15 did not change color until we got down to here, and that's 444 ticks. If I would have just left it alone and not interfered with it, that's 440 ticks. That's a lot. Most people don't even get 100 ticks a week. So the auto trader places the trades itself. What we use to place trades is a strategy we call the NDT, and I'll pull it up here so I could show it to you, and I'll just put this on CL, let's say, and let's see, that's right. So here's the NDT, right? This has got to be on stop limit. You put your ATM, so on crude oil, I use 2 contracts. So let me pull over the crude oil chart. That's not it. Oh, here it is. And I'll show you how this works. And this is what when I say sell on down close, this is what I mean. So here's the crude oil chart. Oh, hold on a second. I didn't put it on the right instrument. So let's see, edit this. Okay, this needs to be on crude oil. CL. Okay, there we go. So here's the NDT on CL. We trade 2 contracts. 2 contracts. I have it on a sim account right now. So we would click on buy and up close, right? And the chart has to be on their same account, sim account. And this needs to be on here. This needs to be on stop limit. So buy on up close, right? So this candle closes up. There's a pullback candle. This candle closes up. This order will be filled. If this candle closes down, this order will get canceled. So this is what we use to trade with. This is how we place our orders, right? So that's the NDT. Okay. Hold on. Kurt, yes, you get all the templates with the software. You get all the templates, you get the NDT. Let me go into this and, all right, so now you have an option. You have 2 choices. You could do nothing and continue on your current path. And I'll get to Adrian's question also. You can continue on your current path. If you're making money, then God bless you, keep going, doing what you're doing. But I have a feeling that most of you are having trouble making money in these markets. And, your second option would be take action today and join the thousands of traders that work 4 or 5 hours, 3 hours a day, right? So the money flow tracker system. Here's what you get. You get the rapid results quick start guide. You get unlimited VIP support. That's $497 value. And I got to tell you something. Sergio does the support. And Sergio is amazing when it comes down to, he's the main programmer, but he's amazing with NinjaTrader. Okay, so look, the money flow tracker, well, this isn't, okay. So you get, for the first 10 people, right, that come aboard, you get the market analyzer. And the market analyzer is, here's the live market analyzer, right? So what does this tell us? It tells us when we have a trade setting up. It tells us, so right now, we don't trade MNQ on a 2-5-10 or a 2-4-8. We trade MNQ on an 8-20-40 Unorenco. So we're looking at this column for NQ and MNQ. The 2-5-10, we're looking at gold and oil, right? YM and RTY, we trade a 4-10-20, so we're looking at this column. And ES, we trade a 2-4-8, so we're looking at this column. So this tells you when you have a colored background, and then then you have to go to a chart and look at it and see, hey, do I have any trades? So that you get the market scanner, you get the masterclass series on futures, forex, stocks, and options. You get 1 month access to my trading room, right? And there was a study done by this Dr. Victor Allen. And in his study, he reviewed more than 225 trading websites and evaluated them using several factors, including their transparency, proven track record, and likely of them to assist traders with educational material and online support. And Right Line Trading came out on top. And one thing I can tell you about Right Line Trading, they are very transparent. We have proven track records, and all we want to do is make people successful, right? So here's the offer, right? And this is a special offer. So for $11.97 a year or $2.99 a month, which you're talking $11.97 compared to $3,600 a year, and the bonuses you get. For the first 10 that order today, you get the automated trading strategy that I showed you. You get the NDT, you get the market scanner, you get 1 month free in my trading room, you get all training videos, and you get software installation and coaching support. All for $11.97 a year, which basically comes out to $100 a month. That's it. All right. So here's my commitment to everybody. You come on board, you're working with me in my trading room. So when you purchase the money flow tracker software, okay, my commitment is to you is to help you become a successful trader. Now, I can't push the button for you. That's up to you. Remember one thing, if you're not successful right now trading, it's not your fault. Again, if you're not successful trading, it's not your fault. It's just you're not using the right tools. It's like trying to pound a hammer in with a screwdriver, pound a nail in with a screwdriver. Okay, it's not your fault. The Money Flow Tracker software is a totally unique program. All right, and it gives you that edge to trade with institutional order flow. So when I started with the Money Flow Tracker software and I realized, you know what? I'm not trading against retail traders anymore. I'm trading with the big institutional traders, because when I get in trades, they seem to go pretty quick, right? So here's my commitment again, is to teach you not just about how to read the setups and the charts, but you can ask anybody in my trade room. We talk about how to develop the mental mindset you must have in order to achieve financial independence or to become a successful trader. Okay, you have to have this mental mindset. You have to be able to say, you know what? I don't have any setups. I don't have any trades. I'm not spending my mental capital today. So every time you break the rules and you take a trade by breaking the rules and it turns out to be a loser, you spent your mental capital. It works in your subconscious to say, you know what? This software doesn't work. This does work. You know, people that aren't making money with the software are the people that aren't putting in the time and the work, and they're not following the rules. And I'm a very big stickler on following the rules. And do I miss trades sometimes? Absolutely. And do I get mad at myself because I miss a trade sometimes? Yeah, I get a little annoyed with myself. But you know what? It's okay because the market will be around the next day and the next day and the next day. And as long as nobody shoots a missile over here and blows us all up, it will be here. We live in scary times right now, but there's never been a better time to be a trader. There's never been a better time. Why? Because the markets are, in my opinion, and until it happens, it hasn't, right? It might sound weird, until it happens, it hasn't. But when the market decides to take a stance and make it and develop a trend, if the market turns into a bearish market, watch out below, because you know what? We're going to be right there and we're going to be trading it all the way down. Okay. So I encourage you to put your name and your phone number. Let me see something. So Rory, how many people have already signed up? Okay, so in the chat box, there's a link. Here's the link. It's in the chat box, in the chat, not the questions, right? Here's the link. Okay. Here's the annual. You have to use this coupon code. I think it's on the next slide. No. You have to use this coupon code, save $500. And then it'll take $500 off. So Rory put the link in the chat. I'm going to put the link in the questions box and send it to all you. You'll have to copy and paste it. But we've had 6 people sign up already. So let's see. And if you do put your name and your phone number in here, we're only going to call you one time, unless, you know, we get a voicemail or nobody answers or whatever. We'll call you one time. And if you have any questions on the software, you can talk to Rory or Jacob, whoever calls you. And you have no obligation. Look, we all hate when you tell somebody, listen, I'm not interested, and then they call you the next week, and they call you the next week, and they call you next week, and you have to end up blocking their number so they stop calling you. We don't do that. Okay, if you can't see the value that we're giving here, just the automated trading strategy is worth the $100 a month. And that's really all it is $100 a month, right? And if you look at 1197, that's nothing. I can make that back in a couple days, right? So Rory said that if you put your name and your phone number in the questions box, right, we will honor the price that we're giving. So I want to get into a slide. So these are my two. These are like my 2 favorite slides of the whole presentation. But look, I love trading. I am very passionate about trading. I love teaching people how to trade. I love when people are successful. I really do, because it makes me feel good that I helped somebody. Look, I volunteered with fire department down where I used to live in South Florida for 12 years. I wasn't a firefighter, but I loved helping out. And same thing with trading. Look, I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be in your shoes. I know what it's like to be frustrated. Get in a trade, it goes the other way. I know what it's like. I've been there. So I know from experience, right? So it's a well-known fact that 95 to 98% of day traders are losing money. They're just taking their money and flushing it down the toilet, right? But not our traders. We're grabbing the money that they're flushing and we are making money. Why? Because retail traders flush their money. Institutional traders take their money, right? Because we trade with institutional money flow. That's why. And that's the key. And that's why our software does. Hey, look, I'm going to show you a chart on, let's say, YM, all right? And YM today had been, but hey, look, you see all these white areas, right? And this was today, right? So look, you see all these white areas? Chop, chop. You see no C2s, you see no stair-stepping lines going up or down here until here. This is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Look where the market opened. Here, we had a 4 time frame buy here. Here was a pullback and go strategy, right? How do I know that? Because I see the wick right here, and I'll make this a little thicker. So here's a pullback and go strategy. The only problem with this trade is we can't take it because the trend line is not above the 15. So it's not a valid setup, right? But if this was below the 15, this would have been a good pullback and go strategy. And right up to, look where it stopped at the higher time frame resistance. Look here, look where this stopped, higher time frame resistance, and there's a pivot inside here. Finally, it broke through, retraced back to it. But here's the thing, all these white areas here, or light pink, we only trade dark pink and green. So all these other areas are just chop. Just chop. And you won't get setups like today. We didn't have any setups today basically on YM. Why? Because look at the chart on YM. Chop, 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 chop. All chop. Had one run up at 8:30 and that was on news. And then chop the rest of the day. So in my opinion, this software is worth its weight in gold because it keeps you out of the market when the market's not trending. And we're trend traders. We want to trade trends. We want to be able to trade with the trends. So there's a couple questions here. So Adelia, oh, she says, I love trading too. I never learned before trading. I love the feeling. I love feeling the charts. Okay, that's great. Stephen Brooks is asking, can this be used with tick charts? I don't like using Renko. Yes, you can use it with tick charts also. Right? You can use it on minute charts. You can use it on tick charts. Okay. The only thing is the auto trader. We use it on Renko. We use it on a 24 tick Renko bar. Yes, Michael. Okay. So this is what you get. All right. You get the Revolution's automated trading strategy. You get the NDT, which I showed you here, our trading platform that hooks up to NinjaTrader. You get the market scanner. Right now, everything's flat. So a lot of times, like in the afternoons, I'll take the market scanner and I'll just change like the font, right? I'll go here and I'll make the font like, I don't know, maybe 36, right? And it gets really big, and then I make it full size and I put it on my monitor and I watch TV in my office And when I see something light up, I go over to the chart and I look at it. So this is an amazing, I just loved all this stuff. Look, I was a customer before I got involved with working with right line trading. And Craig Emery was a customer, and the other David was a customer. Okay, we were all customers before we started working with right line trading. And why did we do that? Because it's great software. The people at Right Line, Rory, Mark, Sergio, Jake, they're great people to work with. There's no BS, there's no nothing. They do the right thing when it needs to be done. So Michael, yes, you do get the auto trader, you do get the NDT, you do get the market scanner, you get a free month of trade in my trade room. That's $147 value. You get all the training videos. Okay, Philip, well, you can change. The Compass software is just the same version of this, except it runs on TOS. Okay, so let's see. So here's a bunch of testimonials. So this woman here, she didn't know anything about trading. All right, nothing. Not even know about what a Ninja Trader. Didn't even know what Ninja Trader was. Didn't even know what a candlestick was. Mark taught her everything. Now she's a six-figure trader. And I'm not going to play all these, but there's a ton of testimonials that people sent in to us. Yes, Hardy, this is recorded, and I believe you'll get the recording. I know that somebody wrote in here they missed the first 20 minutes. You missed a little bit, but you didn't really miss much. Okay? No problem, Hardy. All right, now she's a six-figure trader. She trades 3 hours a day. Okay? So again, I encourage you to put your name and your phone number, because Mark and Rory sent me a message saying that anybody that puts their name and phone number in, they will honor the special price of $197 for the year or $299 a month. So, and honestly, we sell the automated trading strategy for $29.95. Right? I can show you what. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Usually, okay, I can go to my chart lab, performance by instrument, right? So here, instrument, we only trade MNQ with the auto trader. So there's MNQ, there's MNQ, right? And this is for, let's just do January 1st to today. Well, not today because, okay, so look, just the auto trader, we did $2,000, right? And here is the auto trade. This was the March contract. This is the June contract, right? And we're almost 1,400, and we did, look, if you just ran the auto trader, right? Let's see what, let's do January. Let's do January 31st. Okay, so it only did $214. But it probably would do a lot better if I stopped messing with it. The drawdown on the auto trader, I would have to really get into that, and I don't have time in the webinar. But let's see. Okay, so here's the offer. We've already had a bunch of people sign up. Like I said to you before, if you do sign up and you're in my room, then I will do everything I can to help you become a successful trader. That's what I can promise you. Yeah, I understand, David, the drawdowns because of Apex trailing drawdown. It's a little difficult with the auto trader, and that's sometimes why I intervene, which I shouldn't. But I haven't had a problem with my Apex accounts running the um, um, having a brain freeze here. I haven't had any problem with my Apex accounts running it. Not at all. It takes first profit target at 75 ticks, and then it trails the rest. But I do understand what you mean about the trailing drawdown with Apex. This I've been trading with Apex for a long time, and I know Daryl and John and all the people over there. Actually, I traded before I got involved, before I got the money flow tracker software. I traded with them, Apex, and I didn't do nowhere near as well as I've done with the money flow tracker software. Nowhere near as good. So I think that's pretty much it. Let's see, what is the difference between the Revolution Automated Trader and the NDT trading? Oh, the NDT is manually traded. So this we have to click the button to trade. The Auto Trader, the Revolution Automated Trading Strategy is the Auto Trader. Let's see, here is some trades. Let's see if I can. Is the Auto Trader. So the Auto Trader, 1 second, spam. The Auto Trader takes trades automatically. So I like it, especially trading MNQ, is because you have to be right on top of NQ or MNQ for trading. It just moves like craziness. And you could be up 50, 60 ticks. The next thing you know, you're down 20. That's how crazy it is. So I choose to let the Revolution Automated Trading Strategy trade NQ or MNQ, and then I trade everything else. And let's see. So here is my screen, and this is supposed to be white, the white chart, and this is what I watch every day, right? We watch gold every day. We watch this. Gold is like a psycho lately. But anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked because I could talk about this all night until I can't talk anymore. All right, so here's the offer. The coupon code SAVE500 if you want to use this link, and the link is in the chat box, or I will paste it here. And if you would like to talk to Roy or ask him some questions, then put your name and your phone number in the questions box, and he will give you a call. All right, so we've been going a little bit longer than we should. So I just want to say thank you for spending an hour and 15 minutes with me tonight. I hope you see the value of the money flow tracker software and the Auto Trader, and I hope to see you in my room. So just want to say, everybody, again, thank you very much. Have a great evening, and the phone number for Right Line is right here, 786-732-4656 if you'd like to call them. But I'm sure Rory has gotten everybody's name and phone number. And let's see, so Skip, let's see, David, have software almost 1 month and don't know what to do with it. Is there any short training videos to use it? So Skip, Are you in my trading room? You're in my trading room, aren't you? Okay. Do you have the training videos? Okay. Skip. Email Rory, and he'll make sure that you are getting taken care of. All right? If you bought the software, I want you to use it. I want you to make money with it. So we will take care of that with you. All right? All right, everybody. I got to go. Have a great rest of your evening. Thank you, Chris. And I hope to see you in my trading room. And Skip, we'll take care of we'll make sure you start making money. All right? Take care. Have a great evening. Thank you again. Bye-bye.